All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of Winner Go Home series. This is SanchoWest, and I got my right-hand man here, Coach Roy. Right now, we're doing the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. Game 4. Looks like Miami's up 3-0. What do you see here, Coach Roy?
Looks like a pretty unfortunate series for the Bucks. They are down 3-0, as you mentioned, and it looks like these games have just been absolute blowouts in favor of the defending champions.
Oh, absolutely. As you see here, the biggest lead was 33 points on the Bucks. I mean, it is expected. LeBron James, 30 points, 12 assists. D-Wade, 26, 5, 9. These just crazy numbers.
These are crazy numbers. They have been running it up on that hapless Bucks defense. When you've got Monte Ellis, JJ Redick, Brandon Jennings on the perimeter, you're not going to lock down those guys. And LeBron and Wade have pretty much just been doing whatever they please.
LeBron James and Dwayne Wade are just too big for the other guards. The other guards, I would say, are finesse guards. LeBron and D-Wade, they're like freight trains going into the lane.
Absolutely, and here we're looking at Game 2, and it didn't get any better. The Heat shot 50% to the Bucks 37, and absolutely ran up the score.
Oh, man, isn't this the playoffs? We're talking about the playoffs.
We are talking about the playoffs, and the Bucks were several games under 500 coming in. One of the weakest competitors in the playoffs that you'll ever find, really.
I know that's why Mark Cuban is upset that the AC in the East would never make it even near in the West playoffs, and the Mavericks would be in the playoffs if they were in the East.
That's correct. The Rockets are the 8th seed in the West, and they would have been the 5th seed in the East. Kind of a mind-blowing statistic there. The East is just terribly weak, and you can see that the difference between the number 1 seed overall in the NBA, Miami Heat, and the basically number 12 seed Bucks is giant.
Oh, absolutely. Looks like going back home to Milwaukee, some home cooking definitely helped out the Bucks. They barely lost by 9 here, but still.
They had to score 33 in the 4th to keep it close. I think this is a case of a game that wasn't as close as the final score shows.
It definitely is. The Heat kind of, to no pun intended, turned down the Heat. And they're one of those teams that can turn it on. Thank you for that. Look, thank you, pun. But they turned it on in the 4th quarter, and I think they're just coasting during this series.
LeBron had a triple-double, still just doing whatever he wants. Ersan Ilyasova kind of came alive, and here we are for this closeout game. Bucks crowd. It's actually, Milwaukee was one of the worst teams in attendance. Fan attendance this year, so it's good to see that they showed up for this digital simulation.
Wearing all the green, they're green with envy. Check out the starting lineups here, and of course I predict a Miami Heat victory. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see if Milwaukee can bring it here in this elimination game, win or go home. Here we go.
See if they can't put the fear of the deer in Miami.
Fear the deer.
Here we see on our first possession, Monte Ellis is taking a high screen from Ersan Ilyasova, a pop-out kind of big man. Finds Sanders down low, and Sanders draws the foul on Bosch.
I have to give you points, Coach Roy, for knowing how to say that name. I had no idea.
Ersan Ilyasova. It is a little bit of a tongue twister. Just takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of scouting. Sanders really exploded onto the scene this year, averaged nearly 3 blocks a game.
Wow. I mean, I definitely got to give you points. That's why I brought you aboard in this series for the crazy names, because I don't have time to deal with all that. Well, it looks like did he make that bucket? Was that an animal?
Yeah, I think that counted. He made the dunk, apparently. It looked like it had come out, but refs counted it. Perhaps goaltending. Bosch takes his favorite shot, the mid-range jumper, and misses it. He's going up against a great defender in Sanders.
Ooh, it looks like the Bucks have brought it today. They are being aggressive, and they're taking it to the hole.
Absolutely. Chris Bosch already has 2 fouls. That means either, let's see, I think Birdman Anderson or Shane Battier will probably have to come in from here.
Miami Heat have found another little gem here with Birdman. He was pretty much a forgotten memory, a Cliff Notes in the NBA, and now he's an impact player for this championship-bound Heat.
It looks like the Heat are going small ball, bringing in Battier. This is what they do. They play 1 in, 4 out, spread you out, and will attack you with James and Wade, force you to collapse the defense and kick out the shooters.
In my experience, anyone who plays with LeBron James is unstoppable.
LeBron James is unstoppable, both in the digital simulation world and in real life. He's going for his 4th MVP in 5 years. Unreal.
LeBron James in real life is a video game. It's video game numbers, video game attributes. Wow, now step back jumper by Monte Ellis.
There was a statistic I saw a few days ago. It said in LeBron James' 10 worst games this year, he averaged 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Ooh, a bad pass by LeBron, but LeBron is just a beast, a man-child ever since he came into the league when his first game went against the Sacramento Kings as a Cavalier.
Unforgettable performance there, and he's been putting up plenty since. We see that Milwaukee's taking an early lead and finding Sanders for the sweet alley-oop. Nice dime, Jennings.
Milwaukee is not going to go away today. They came to play.
They are. They don't want to go home, or, well, they are home, but they don't want to have to stay home, I suppose. They'd like to force a Game 5 back in Miami. You see the Heat swinging the ball around the perimeter here to the much-improved shooter Mario Chalmers, and he knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Is that Chalmers out of Kansas? Is that right?
That is right. He was the one who hit the 3 and over to force overtime against Memphis and deprive Derrick Rose of a NCAA championship.
Wouldn't it be crazy if LeBron James went to college? That would be unfair.
That would have been unfair. The one-and-done rule really shouldn't apply for guys like LeBron James.
Jennings with a sweet, sweet 3.
Sweet 3. He shot a career high in three-point percentage this year at 37.5%. But other than that, he really struggled from everywhere else on the floor, shooting once again less than 40%.
Milwaukee 11-4. They definitely came to play in this elimination game. They're not going down with a fight. Ooh, nice up and under by D. Wade.
Beautiful post move by Wade. The way he moves, the way he plays, you'd think he was really 6'9" or 6'10". He's one of the greatest shot blocking guards of all time, and he really doesn't play like his size.
Playing like an old man these days. More back to the basket. I guess those injuries are limiting his aggressiveness. Was it fall down 6 times, get up 7?
That was the old adage, but he doesn't look like an old man there, getting up for a nice alley-oop off the Chalmers feed.
Yes, Dwayne Wade has finally healthy at the right time of the season. That knee injury has definitely hampered his skill set, but now he's bringing his athleticism back to the Heat.
He was certainly slowed down in the first part of the season. You could see him not even really running back on transition defense, and you kind of started to wonder, well, has Wade lost it? Can he be the same explosive athlete who won that 2006 Finals MVP? And he has. He's turned it around.
And we got Monte up the lane. Here we go, Monte. Nice.
Monte, an explosive athlete, and gets the and one. Nice shot, Ellis.
Impressive. Shades of his warrior passes coming out. Monte Ellis came in the trade for Andrew Bogut, and that was a head-scratching trade, I would say.
Well, it was kind of a head-scratching trade for both sides. Bogut was out for the year, basically, at that point, and Ellis really is one of the more inefficient shooting guards in the NBA, and so his pairing with Brandon Jennings, another inefficient shooting guard, kind of raised some eyebrows around the league.
Looks like the Heat bringing in Ray Ray and Norris Cole and the Birdman here to finish out the quarter.
Nice high screen there by the Birdman. Looks like he got freed up off it and should get a easy layup. Nope, passes it to Bosch, who nails the mid-range jumper. Bosch was number 1 in mid-range shots this year with 55%, hitting 55% of them.
Good thing that, nice splash from Redick out there. It looks like Bosch, he got out of that freezing Canadian border, that cesspool where no player. Who wants to play in Canada? Come on.
I don't want to hate on the Raptors. Come on. They've definitely had some great, talented players over the years. Like, you think back to Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady. Bosch I consider a very, very good player. But Toronto, in terms of the NBA, seems like a smaller market, has had trouble keeping some of its prized free agents.
As you see, Coach Roy, the Milwaukee Bucks have decided in this game they're going to take everything to the hole, get the Heat players in foul trouble, and it's working. They're definitely now up 18-12 in the first quarter and in the bonus.
If only they could play this aggressively every game. So many times you see Ellis and Jennings settling for long two-point jumpers, getting into the lane, using their speed and athleticism to draw fouls. This is how they need to play, and this is how they have a chance to win.
All right, we got D-Wade trying to bring it up the court here, and a bad shot by Cole, and that's it for the end of the first quarter. Milwaukee trying to stave off elimination here in Game 4 against the Heat. They're up 6 points at the end of the first quarter.
This is it. Their season's on the line, and they're putting their hearts on the floor right now, on the hardwood. And we'll see if it pays off. I have a feeling that Miami is going to crank it up sooner or later.
That's definitely a trait in a lot of Miami games here. They like to turn it on in the fourth quarter and kind of put you away with their athleticism and their depth.
I remember we were talking earlier this year, and you mentioned that Miami just wears you down. And once you've finally been able to claw back and kind of sustain some success, they come in and just bulldoze you with their three-pointers in the fourth quarter.
Simply put, their strength is they're pretty much, their 70% can beat any 110% from the other team.
True, true. Jennings getting the lane, passing it off to the big man, and I think that was Dallenberg, and he badly missed that mid-range jumper.
Allen. Ray with the and-one.
I don't think it was an and-one. It looked like it bounced out, but he will get 2 free throws, and he is definitely one of the purest shooters you'll find.
You mean Jesus Shuttlesworth?
Yes, Jesus Shuttlesworth, a perennial 90% free throw shooter, 40% beyond the arc. He has a beautiful stroke.
Big surprise when Ray joined the Heat after being almost, it felt like he was a Celtic for his whole career, but I was surprised by that move by Ray.
Who wasn't? The Miami Heat are the most distinct rival the Celtics have these days, and switching sides like that was very unexpected. No less, I think he took a pay cut to go there. Change of role. He's coming off the bench. He could have been a starter with the Celtics. Very surprising. But he looks like he felt he had a better chance to win a championship with Miami. We'll see if that rings true.
Ray, it looks like the Heat, they need to get the ball to LeBron. I know Ray could handle the ball, but that should have gone to LeBron James. He needs to be the guy that initiates the fast break. Ooh, JJ.
Nice 3 by Redick. Another 3. The three-pointers, the free throws are coming in, and the Bucks are scoring at quite a rapid rate, something that we hadn't seen in the previous games in this series.
I really do believe the Heat are not playing at 100% yet, so we'll see what happens later on in the game.
Yeah, their defense is really breaking down to penetration and kick. Dunleavy with a pull-up jumper and knocks it down.
Mike Dunleavy's still in the league?
He is. He's a relatively effective spot-up shooter. He doesn't really bring much else to the table, but that spot-up shooting is something that Milwaukee sorely lacks outside of J.J. Redick.
I have no idea what Dwayne Wade's doing by himself. He looks so sad.
He's just chilling.
See, the Heat players are bored. They're bored. They just want to get the series over with. We all know in the East, it's between the Knicks and the Heat.
Yep. Indiana might try and say something about that, but I'm not sure their offense isn't quite potent enough to be able to compete with Miami or New York.
The Indiana Pacers are maybe 2-3 years away from competing against this Miami Heat. Father Time will definitely be against the Miami Heat with Battier, Ray Allen getting older. They need some younger pieces in Miami.
They are the oldest team in the league. That doesn't hurt them this year, as it looks like we've got Dallenberg going to the line for some free throws.
Chris Bosh with 4 fouls. That's going to cut into the Miami Heat's offensive power there.
Dallenberg, guy who's played for the Canadian national team a few times, and really nice shot blocker, 7-footer, good guy all around.
He's from the 76ers was his last team he played with, correct?
I believe he's from the Rockets. He came in a trade with the Rockets.
Dallenberg has always been one of those players that float around during free agency and trade. I don't know if he's found a home in Milwaukee, but he's a great player to come in. His size and length and athleticism does come in handy against the other bigs in the NBA.
We see Wade has Redick on him right now, and he should be able to take him into the post as he's doing right now, and they're going to have to double down, and that'll free up. Oh, nice play by Wade. He's getting to the free throw line.
This is what Dwayne Wade needs to do. Dwayne Wade needs to be aggressive. Maybe he needs to be the focal point of like the second squad, you know, the bench players, to like a Ginobili, so to speak.
He could definitely be effective in that role. And as he's getting to the line, let's see if he'll knock these down.
Dwayne Wade out of Marquette. Marquette had a good run. I think Dwayne Wade's success in Marquette has definitely brought some talent to that college team.
Yeah, I think it's definitely helped the recruiting in recent years, his stardom. Anytime a college team produces a star in the NBA, it's got to kind of glorify the program and help draw some new interest in it.
I'm sure Dwayne Wade has donated a lot to that college program, but you're right. Every college team needs a star. I mean, Texas had Durant, and it produced LaMarcus Aldridge and all these other kind of stars. But college right now is struggling with the one and done, as we discussed earlier. Oh, nice move by Cole. Was that Cole?
Cole, yeah, with the kind of one-legged floater off the glass.
I don't know. NBA 2K13 needs to have that high-top haircut.
Oh, yeah. Cole has a great high-top haircut.
A lot of players do. They need to bring back the old school style. I want to see some players with some big goggles. I don't want to see the short shorts. I'm glad that went away.
Please, keep that for the 80s.
I want to see Birdman in short shorts. What's wrong with that?
He might have tattoos coming out.
I think didn't the Lakers come out in short shorts for like a half?
They did. They came out for one half against the Boston Celtics. Kobe went into the locker room, took them off. He had quite enough of that. And needless to say, he shot better in the second half.
I would say, who is comfortable in short shorts besides John Stockton?
Maybe the guy at your rec league.
Wade, bring it down.
Oh, Wade with the crossover, step back off glass, showing Redick. That's how you do it.
Dwayne Wade is crafty using the glass. That's a shot that he's developed, and he's going to more and more these days.
Wide open three for Jennings, nails it. Great pass off the double team on Monta, and Jennings is up to 7 on 4 shots. Terrific.
Just looking down at the score, the Bucks up by 7 in the second quarter. Unbelievable. I was not paying attention.
Well, neither was Eric Spoelstra because LeBron James is not in the game right now. Very befuddling.
LeBron, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take a break. Put me in the third, fourth quarter, and we'll win this game.
Ellis trying to penetrate on Battier and having no success, but knocks down the jumper in front of 2 guys. Monta is just doing work right now.
I think the Heat would settle for a contested shot like that. That's something that probably the Heat defense wants more than anything.
Absolutely. It looks like Allen's looking for an entry pass. Nope, he's going to turn it down and turn it over to Marquise Daniels, an ace defender.
Come on, Ray, what are you doing?
Yeah, that play really didn't make any sense. The Heat are all kinds of out of sync right now. Held to just 22 points in this first half as Brandon Jennings is spinning and dealing for a jumper that goes off the rim. Wade is going to try and attack in the fast break. He's got Daniels in front of him. And, tries to throw down the boom, but Daniels contests it successfully. Monta's going to have a shot here. Ooh.
Milwaukee, it's just fear the deer is alive here in Milwaukee. They are up 31-22 against the Heat. Not afraid of the Miami Heat today.
No fear there. And Jennings and Ellis have been the story here. Usually around 40% shooters. They have come to play today. I believe, as you see here, Monta has 10. Jennings has 7. They've combined for 6 assists. Great team play by the Milwaukee Bucks backcourt.
Check out these highlights from Ellis. He's just all over the court today, wheeling and dealing, hitting JJ with the corner splash there.
Even hitting the mid-range jumpers. It doesn't matter if somebody's got the hand in the face. He's knocking it down today. On the other side, Wade has been getting his points. He's going to need some help from the rest of the guys. Let's see if LeBron James decides to take over.
So what do they say? LeBron is Batman and what? Robin? Dwayne Wade's Robin?
I don't understand the analogy. I think LeBron James is Flash. He's basically all the superheroes. Superman. Yeah, you name it, LeBron's it.
That's right. LeBron James, number 6, needs to show up in the second half.
Going with a weird set here. They've got Chris Anderson in here to start the half. And I don't see Chris Bosh on the floor either, as Chalmers lays it up left-handed.
Oh, we all know Spoelstra is such a genius.
Genius might be a strong word, but he has been very flexible with his lineups, and it has caught some teams off guard. Ellis takes a bad shot there, and it goes off the rim. Looks like LeBron's got it up top here, trying to penetrate on Sanders.
Ooh, LeBron has been struggling. He's been very frustrated. Doesn't feel like he's getting a lot of calls today.
Oh, nice right-handed gliding layup, and Ellis kisses his hand for good luck.
Well, you got to, if a jump shooting team is nailing their jumpers like the Bucks are today, then it's going to be a long game for the Heat, but it looks like Miami's going to bring it more into the paint like they're always dominating.
So Milwaukee's surprisingly leading 33-24. Their offense has really been clicking, and Miami's got to get their offense on track. Clearly, the green in the crowd phasing LeBron. I don't want to call him unclutch yet, but we'll just see the fourth quarter.
Milwaukee's dressed in kryptonite green.
He is. They are dressed in kryptonite tonight. Great board there by Ilyasova. Jennings penetrating, drawing 3 guys, not passing, ends up in Ilyasova's hands. This is not a good possession.
No, it's not. I mean, Jennings needs to become a point guard. He hasn't had that penetration off it. He's just too little to be like a Tony Parker.
We see a crisper set here by Miami, finding LeBron James in the high post where he's so dangerous. Chris Bosh lines up a jumper, but Larry Sanders has been wrecking the Miami offense today. His defense has been spectacular. As we see another turnover by the Bucks. Look up top. I thought it was going to be Braun on an alley-oop. Instead, Chalmers lays it in.
Boring. Dwayne Wade missed LeBron. LeBron was running the break wide open.
Never misses on the break, it seems like. It's always finding him up top for the highlight dunk.
For the football field, one-handed pass, dunk,
yeah.
Craziness. Looks like a lot of teams calling timeout today.
Coach is definitely trying to get their players organized, making some substitutions. It looks like J.J. Redick's back in the game. And I think this is Luke Richard Ba Mute, African Prince, believe it or not.
African Prince who ended up on the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, from UCLA. Quite a story that must be. Have to get a post-game interview with him.
Yeah, to end up on Milwaukee, I'm sure if the Prince can, he would like to be playing with the King. Heat only down by 7 now.
I don't think there's anybody who wouldn't want to play with the King. Jennings lines up a 3, misses it again. He's starting to struggle now.
Here comes the freight train.
Freight train in transition, draws the blocking foul. Could have been a charge. But you get those calls when you're the best player in the world.
You get those calls when you're aggressive. You have to be aggressive to get that. They force the NBA refs to make a call. Actually, Coach Roy, I have a question. Because of LeBron James' passing, do you feel a lot of veteran players want to play with LeBron because of his unselfish play?
Yeah, I mean, He's a great team leader. He's an unselfish passer. He makes everybody around him better. I don't mean to heap too much praise upon him, but I would like to play with him, and I'm not even in the league.
I'm sure you'll get a couple of wide open jumpers.
Yes, even I might be able to hit a jump shot playing with Team James.
JJ Redick with the clock winding down, hits it up. Oh, missed.
Settling for too many jumpers here, not creating any of that penetration we saw in the first half. Well, now we're just seeing the Bucks starting to launch jumpers, and the Heat are starting to climb back in this game. Cole apparently lost his mind there, crossed over, and took a terrible mid-range jumper. Nice.
There it is. Oh, no call. What is the call there?
Luke Richard Bahamute with the lay-in off the nice penetration from Jennings. He's got to keep it up. He's got to stay aggressive. Otherwise, the Heat are going to finally knock down some threes and draw to close the lead.
I remember the first year that the big three got together, Dwayne Wade and LeBron took it upon themselves not to shoot threes and just only go to the paint.
Yeah, that was definitely a concerted effort, and it worked out because in the first year they made the finals. Last year they won the championship, and you've got to consider them the favorite once again this year to win it all.
Ooh, in and out shoot jumper. It's a fast break transition bucket.
And one for Flash, D. Wade, or as these days he wants to be called, Wow.
Didn't LeBron James say that was a stupid name?
I think it's a stupid nickname. Just going to throw it out there. I don't care how much money Chinese marketing's putting behind you. Still think it's a stupid nickname.
He wants to be World of Warcraft now?
World of Warcraft, Dwayne Wade knocks down the and one, draws to Miami to within two, and it's just about a whole new ball game.
Oh, see, that's what it is. The NBA's the game of runs, and Miami has put this game on another level. Let's see if the Bucks can keep up.
Ilyasova, mid-range glass. I don't think I've ever seen him do that, but there's a first time for everything.
He did not call glass.
Need to call glass for that to count. Come on. Wade penetrating another and one. Beautiful play by Wade.
Dwayne Wade putting the Heat on his back.
He is dominating today.
Dwayne Wade smells blood. He has that killer Mamba mentality in him. Some problems LeBron James can be lackadaisical in his approach, but I think Dwayne Wade's great for LeBron because D. Wade has that killer instinct.
Yes, I think both of them push each other to be better. As evidence, each of the big Miami Big Three shot a career high from the field this year.
After three, your Bucks, 37, the Heat.
Looks like the Heat down by 2 entering the fourth quarter. It's just a crazy game. LeBron James is showing up. Dwayne Wade being aggressive. Let's see what happens in the fourth quarter. I think the Bucks are running out of gas. You would if you played against this great Heat.
Something I'd like to see in the fourth quarter, Chris Bosh put some points on the board. He hasn't contributed a whole lot. He's not necessarily the main focal point of his of the Heat offense, but he's certainly an integral part, and Miami's going to need him to produce a little bit more if they want to pull this game out.
Birdman!
Ooh. The Birdman comes in with a big swat, and it leads to a Wade transition or LeBron James transition lay-in. Sometimes they're both so fast, can't tell who's who.
LeBron James wanting the call there. LeBron James said in an interview that Chris Anderson's one of those players that just brings energy, and LeBron himself has energy, but a little nitro boost from the Birdman. Nice jumper there by Ellis coming off that down screen.
I'm not going to call that one lucky. It was a long fading two early in the shot clock, but I'm going to call that one lucky.
I'll give you that. That was some luck. Mismatch.
James really should go up here in the post, but instead he settles for the jumper, but nails it. Wow, what a shot by the King.
This year, the King has brought that to his game. He is hitting jumpers at a high clip, and the Bucks have to call a timeout because when LeBron gets on fire from out there, his game's unstoppable.
He is unstoppable. Shot 56% from the floor this year, 40% from three, and his jumper has really just gone to another level. It used to be playoff James, keep him out of the paint. He's become one of the best spot-up shooters in the league.
I guess all that cycling to the Miami Heat arena, the American Airlines arena, helped him out. Like, he's taking cycling now. That's just crazy.
Kevin Durant following suit. He's now bicycling. Bicycling, great sport, huge endurance.
Ooh, a splash from Redick. That's why they brought him over in from the Orlando Magic, but you're not going to see me on the bike. That's not my style.
Redick with another three. He's definitely contributed today with his outside shooting. We've got Wade on the floor, James on the floor, trying to connect on an alley-oop. Instead, it ends up in the hands of Mario Chalmers for a left-handed lay-in.
Super Mario!
When he's good, he's Mario. When he's bad, he's Wario. High double team on Ellis there, and ends up in the hands of Redick. That's who you want making decisions here. Tries to pass it into the post. That got deflected. Ends up with a bad mid-range jumper. Leads to Heat transition, and James is off with the jumper.
Both teams in scramble mode here. A little craziness happening right now.
Ellis trying to put some moves on Chalmers, not seeming to work, but finds Sanders for the open jumper, and he nails it.
Speaking of going back to J.J. Redick, the Dookie, he's become a gym rat. Being the man in Duke and then coming into the NBA, he kind of fell to probably a third-tier player, but he's definitely brought his game back up, and he is now a savvy veteran. You know, you want him on your team. He's a loyal player, so I'm surprised. I don't think he wanted to be with Milwaukee, though.
Yeah. I think he would have preferred to go to a top-tier contending team, but you don't get to choose where you play in this sport, as we see a double team on Wade lead to a James open three, knocks it down. It's crunch time. LeBron's coming through.
Game tied at 44-all.
James has 9 points in the second half. Ellis with an open jumper, can't knock it down, ends up in Bosch's hands, and the Heat have a chance to take the lead with 2 minutes remaining.
And LeBron James, King James.
Huge throwdown. Wow.
Let's see the vert. 33. Nike Plus with a vertical there. LeBron James has decided it's enough of this silliness. Let's put the Bucks away.
Yeah, put the series away. Put the team on his back really here in the fourth quarter with a myriad of jumpers and lay-ins and that fantastic jump.
This is what happens. The Heat throw Wade at you. You stop Wade. They throw LeBron at you. You stop LeBron. They throw Chris Bosh at you. And then before you know it, you're tired, and then you can't compete.
Too many all-stars, too much three-point shooting. Milwaukee just can't compete, but they still have a shot here. Ellis is getting double-teamed furiously by the Heat, and it's really cut down on the Bucks offense. Jennings is going to have to create here. Finds Sanders.
Lucky possession there. I noticed the Heat are doubling anybody at the top of the key. Looks like Spoelstra wants to get the ball out of the hands of Ellis and Jennings and let these other role players step up, which is I don't see them doing it. No, sir.
Definitely. I mean, if you have a chance to try and let Larry Sanders beat you, or Luke Richard Bahamute, or Ersan Ilyasova, that would be my plan of attack, as we see another non-factor offensive player on the floor in Marquise Daniels.
Which is the shame. Milwaukee was just 1 year removed. They had a great playoff run, and that's where Fear the Deer came out, and now they're wandering around almost.
Yeah, I think the direction of their franchise is it's a little bit aimless right now. You got to find a real direction. Is it going to be the big man? Is it going to be the little man? They traded away a really nice young piece in Tobias Harris, as Ellis is going to the line for a chance to take the lead with 1:30 left.
Milwaukee in the bonus there. Their aggressive play is coming back in the fourth quarter. Let's see if the Heat could kind of turn it up a notch and see what happens.
Big free throw here for Ellis. Did not shoot well from the line this year by his standards.
I think Monta was kind of bummed out that he went to Milwaukee. Once, like you said, you don't get to pick where you get to go, but Monte, I feel, is a marquee player, and in the market like Milwaukee, they kind of he looks like he doesn't want to give all his all into it, so to speak.
Well, he knocks down both free throws there, gives the Bucks a 2-point lead as the Heat take a timeout. And it's going to come down to the final few possessions here as Spolster's going to probably try and drop a play for King James.
King James gets a lot of scrutiny for his play in the end of the fourth quarter. Let's see what King James does. Does he take it to the hole? Does he go for the bucket? Or, as a lot of people critique him for dishing the ball and having someone else take that jumper?
Haslam looking for an inbounder, finds Wade on the wing. He's going to set a high screen. Wade turns it down, finds Chalmers. This is not a good possession as Chalmers turns it over to Jennings. Jennings with the quick hands, running the fast break, finds Marquise Daniels, who knocks down the jumper. Huge score there.
Another player, Marquise, is one of those players in the free agency that a lot of upper tier teams want on their squad. Ace defender, and he knows how to play.
Looks like they're trying to find James. Nope, Wade's going to go ahead and take this one-on-one, gets the up fake, and knocks it down to make it a 2-point game with 56.9 seconds remaining.
Milwaukee does not have enough firepower to keep up with the Heat.
But they are up 2 and in the bonus. Ellis is going to try and go one-on-one. No double team here. He's going at Wade, trying to get some penetration. Wade is locking him down. There's the double team. Ilyasova with the ball on the perimeter makes a bad decision. Turnover to Mario Chalmers, and Chalmers jams it.
54 dunk in Tennessee. Chalmers has showed up today. He has maybe over 10 points, I think. He is one of those pieces that when he plays really well, the Heat are a tough team to beat.
Absolutely. When any of those role players really comes up with a big game, puts so much pressure on you to try and stop James and Wade, because if you're getting offense from additional places, the Heat are going to really run up the score on you. But Milwaukee has a chance to just about win the game here with 30 seconds left. They should really run down the clock and try and find a good shot.
Let's see who could come up with the easy bucket here. It's all about easy buckets in the NBA. Little two-man game here, Ellis and Jennings.
Jennings with the floater, and it's off, and LeBron James will have a chance to win it. James going one-on-one with Sanders, gets around Sanders, finds Haslam. Haslam goes up with the lay-in and lays it in.
Wow, James dished off that bucket. I'm sure Skip Bayless will have a problem with that, but James with the right play, the smart play, got Haslam into the lane. I think that's Haslam's first bucket, but clutch, very clutch.
Found the open man. The pundits are going to have to eat crow in the morning as James assisted on the game, what could be the game-winning layup. Bucks will have one more shot here to either win the game or tie it up to extend their season.
Oh no, that's it.
Ellis wide right. Milwaukee will sweep the Bucks, have plenty of time to rest up for the second round, and be a dangerous foe going forward. For Milwaukee, their season ends on a low note, but they did make the playoffs this year. They do have some nice young players in Sanders and Hinson. They've got to get their backcourt organized, but they gave it their all here in Game 4, and you can't argue with that.
And the Heat are going to go on and play the winner of the Brooklyn and Chicago series. Chicago without D. Rose. And thank you guys for checking out this episode of Winner Go Home series featuring SanchoWest and Coach Roy. Always share, like, subscribe. Obvious, King James is the winner. He came on, he showed up in the third and fourth quarter. But thank you guys for checking out this episode. For me, myself, SanchoWest, and Coach Roy, we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.